I'm Larry McReynolds. Remember, in any type of racing, it's all about execution. So right now, subscribe to Hutchinson Motorsports TV today. You know America's crew chief. I would never steer you wrong.
Hutchinson Motorsports TV is back. The lights are bright and the stands are packed.
Todd Gilliland here. You're tuned into the world's #1 streaming service, Hutchinson Motorsports TV. Make sure to like, subscribe, and join the Discord channel so you never miss a moment of the action. Did America's crew chief already tell you that?
Hey guys, it's NASCAR driver Matt DiBenedetto, and you are watching Hutchinson Motorsports TV, America's #1 iRacing broadcast service. So be sure to like and subscribe on YouTube today. It'll be the best decision you've ever made, so you can watch us sim racers go at it on the track.
Coming out of turns 3 and 4. Chad White on the bottom. William Duff on the top. Checkered flag in the air. Who's going to win? It's William Duff. No, look out. He just junked it. Look out. Oh, my God. World's #1 streaming service. Hutchinson Motorsports TV. On the call tonight. On your feet. Off your seats. It's about to go green.
Real quick, cut. Double check the steering wheel. Roll.
Gentlemen, start your engine.
Nice and smooth. Get it all done all day long. Got a good feeling about today, guys.
Donnie Kite's gonna get through it all and score his first career win in the Saturday Night Racing League Cup Series. What a finish!
Too little, too late from behind, and Sebastian Marin, your first repeat top split winner of the qualifying series.
We knew it was just a matter of time when Hunter Sr. is victorious.
Josh Adams taking the win at Iowa.
Juicy Spider Motorsports takes home the 1-2-3 finish. Ladies and gentlemen, we are live here tonight for some Thursday night action with the Average Joe's Sim Racing League. Tonight we are at the Dover Monster Mile. Gonna be a fun one here, folks, for the RabbitHolePodcast.com 150 here tonight. You're looking at some beautiful shots we took before the race, and things are shaping up to be a wonderful race here tonight. In the booth, I'm solo tonight. It's the GOAT, Blake Hutchinson. We appreciate you tuning in. We got Connor Gerard, Cinch McCoy, and others in the chat. If you're out there, drop a comment. Let us know who you're pulling for, but let's go down trackside to see what these drivers are up to during some practice. Looking at Terrence Murphy right now. He's out here in the 15th position in practice. But practice doesn't mean too much here. Most of the time, these guys just kind of screwing around, honestly. But, folks, as always, appreciate you guys joining us here tonight on the world's #1 streaming service, Hutchinson Motorsports TV. We got a few more minutes before qualifying kicks off, so we're going to take a short break. That way, everybody has some time, gather themselves some ice-cold beverages, get you a snack. We're going to be here just probably about an hour, less than 2 for sure, but you're going to want to catch this whole thing, folks, because it's going to be a fun one. But again, we're going HMS TV side by side for a minute or two, and we'll be right back. We are back here at the Monster Mile in qualifying, about to get started here. We're taking a look at the 73 machine, Blake Hewlett out of Rockford, Illinois. Good-looking car here, per usual, for Mr. Blake Hewlett. But take a look on your screen, folks. You're going to see a little logo pop up here. Let me move it around for you, put it in a better spot than that. There it is. But tonight's race, the Rabbit Hole Podcast.com 150. Tonight's race, the Rabbit Hole Podcast.com 150. Looking for your next conspiracy deep dive? Then tune in to Down the Rabbit Hole Podcast. This weekend, they're filming their newest episode, taking a closer look at flock cameras. The license plate readers raising questions about privacy, surveillance, and security. With over 17,000 subscribers and more than 650,000 total views, Down the Rabbit Hole Podcast is where curious minds go to ask the questions that others won't. Learn more and catch the latest episodes at rabbitholepodcast.com. Go down the rabbit hole if you dare. Good stuff, as always, from Rabbit Hole Podcast. Big supporter of Average Joe's Sim Racing League. Be sure to check them out. I will put the link in the chat for you fans at home, so you can check them out. RabbitHolePodcast.com. But Blake Hewlett out on the track here. Qualifying is underway. Also see the 06 machine of David Forch out here. Good-looking Doritos car, per usual for Forch. Trying to give Connor a look through some of these paints before he blindly picks his finalists. Here's the 36 machine, Chad White, rocking a new texture on that car there. So there's Chad White. We got Brian Matthews out here in the 77. You see Minor on the car. Good-looking car, per usual. Austin Oliver out there with a throwback scheme, his old paint, back out here with it. We have Terrence Murphy with that number 5 Pepsi machine we've seen a million times so far. We got Jeffrey Petty in the 24 car. Good-looking car for sure. Then we got Michael Harrington right there, Connor. Michael Weaver, Isaiah Adams, Chris Mackey, Stephen Blevins, and the last one I'm going to carry to go out of my way to show, the 10 machine for now anyways, Justin Day. But for now, Chad White on the top of the board in that 36 machine. And second place right now, Michael Harrington. So White on the top of the board with a lap time of 22.75. Is that going to be enough to hold on to the pole position tonight? We'll just have to wait and see. Terrence Murphy out on the track. We know he's always a front runner. Let's see what kind of lap time he's got up his sleeve as he heads down the backstretch into turns number 3 and 4. We're on board with the Cincinnati, Ohio native, Terrence Murphy, as he crosses the start-finish line right here. Lap time's going to put him in 9th. Akari King Wright ripping it around here, just left pit road. Let's hop on board with Akari King Wright. See what kind of lap time he's got up his sleeve as we're on the HMS TV dash cam. Here it is. We got Captain Bridger in the chat, says tonight should be interesting. I agree with you, Captain. See what Akari King Wright's got up his sleeve as he heads down the backstretch out of Castro Valley, California. And he's going to cross the line here a little bit slow off the corner. That's probably not going to be a great lap time, and then he's going to smoke the wall afterwards. So Akari King Wright sitting 26th right now. That's the slowest time out of anybody recorded. Good looking car right here, though. That is Douglas Ivey in the 33 machine. Juicy Spider Studios on that car. Doug Ivey always looking good out there. And then we got Brian Cook. He's going to park it after qualifying 22nd here so far. But we got about a minute left here of qualifying action. Let's see if anybody can unseat Chad White as he sits on the pole here for now. Connor Gerard says at Gen 6 at Dover, you're practically asking for some real race, and I agree with you, Connor. But folks, as always, we appreciate you guys joining us here tonight, watching some Average Joe's Sim Racing League action, the Rabbit Hole Podcast.com 150. It's going to be a good one, and we got some rules and regulations for you to check out on your screen. So here we are at Dover. It's partly cloudy, track temp, a hot 118 degrees. That's going to be something to watch here for these guys. You got 3 additional tire sets over the wall, no fast repairs, and 50% fuel in the booth. Let's fix that. It's Blake Hutchinson going solo here tonight. So there's your rules here tonight, folks. Hutchinson Motorsports TV, Rabbit Hole Podcast 150 at Dover starts any minute. Any second, actually. But, folks, it's official. We're going to call it Quick Time. Chad White, top of the board, 22.75 is going to kick off from the pole position here tonight. Great lap there from Mr. Chad White. All right, it is grid time now, folks. These drivers going to line up and get things ready to roll. We'll give them a moment here to get bunched up as you see them on pit road. Great turnout as usual with Average Joe's. 30 cars signed in here tonight. No shock there, but it's time to get gridded up. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time right here. Hutchinson Motorsports TV presents Average Joe's Sim Racing League action. Tonight's starting lineup is as follows. Starting on the front row from the pole position, the number 36, Chad White on his outside. Your points leader, Michael Harrington. Row number 2 on the inside, the number 15, Isaiah Adam Bomb Adams on his outside with his best qualifying run of the season. The Rabbit Hole Podcast 78 machine, Jason Rushing. Row number 3 on the inside, the 06 Doritos machine, David Forge on his outside. It's the 9 of Christopher Mackey. Row number 4 on the inside, the number 3, Willie Smith on his outside. The 2, Michael Weaver. Row number 5 on the inside, the number 5, Terrence Murphy on his outside. The 24, Jeffrey Petty. Row number 6 on the inside, gonna be the 47 machine, Corbett Raker on his outside. The Canadian, the 94, Jonathan Dominics. Row number 7 on the inside, the number 80, Jonathan Day on his outside. The 70, Brian Day. Row number 8 on the inside, going to be Douglas Ivy on his outside, Josh Westendorf. Row number 9, Stephen Blevins, Brian Matthews jumping into row number 10, Judge John Mathis with Stephen Linger. Then we got Blake Hewlett, Brian Cook, Justin Day, Justin McCurdy, Austin Oliver, Joshua Holt. And folks, we didn't say your favorite driver. Well, it's not my fault. They're slow, they're junk, they're starting in the back. But the field is set, pace car is in. On your feet, off your seats, Dover. Green flag in the air. Good jump there from both cars on the front row. It's Chad White on the inside line. Michael Harrington looking to the outside. The bottom lane is a place to be. It is the preferred line as they go door to door. Chad White tries to hang on to the top spot. Wow, big run there from the 8 of Harrington. Is he going to get the race lead? Looks like he's got it. Michael Harrington makes the pass on the high side. What a start for Michael Harrington as he takes over the race lead in just a lapse time. But folks, take a look at your screen. We got the HMS TV point standings with the Average Joe's Sim Racing League. Michael Harrington, 8 wins on the season, is your points leader, up 53 points on Chris Mackey. Then we got Isaiah Adams third, Chad White fourth, and Willie Smith rounding out your top 5 in the points heading into tonight. Let's drop back a bit here, see what's going on. That's Jeffrey Petty cruising in the 10th position as we have a door-to-door battle. Looks like Jason Rushing is losing some ground here after qualifying out front early on. Looking through the field here, your HMS TV hard charger. It's going to be the number 5 machine of Terrence Murphy, up 4 positions already in the 5th position. Justin Day and Akari King Wright also up 4 positions here early on. Still a long way to go, though, folks. Going to have a stage break at the end of lap number 40. And as always, we appreciate everybody tuning in here tonight. We got Lady Trucker 58 pumped up. She's in the chat. Captain Bridger, Cinch McCoy, Connor Gerard. And folks, if I missed your name and you're in the chat, drop a comment. Let us know who you're pulling for and what's going on. We're watching a battle for the race lead as Michael Harrington trying to hold off Chad White. Connor Gerard just announced his paint scheme of the night finalists. We have the following cars in the running for Connor Gerard's paint scheme of the night. The number 77 of Brian Matthews is going to be a contender here tonight. Good-looking car for Mr. Matthews. Another finalist going to be the 9 machine of Chris Mackey. That might be one of Connor Gerard's favorite drivers. I feel like every week Chris Mackey is in the running. We also have the 23 machine in the running. That's Austin Oliver. Here he is on your screen. Oliver out of Winter Haven, Florida. Good-looking car there for Mr. Austin Oliver. And the final contender for paint scheme of the night, at least for now, it's Douglas Ivy in the 33 machine, currently in the 12th position from Laurinburg, North Carolina. So there's your Connor Gerard paint scheme of the night finalists as we're still clean and green here at Dover. Early on, Chad White trying to find a way around the 8 machine of Michael Harrington. Big run from White. He's going to look to the inside in the battle for the race lead here in lap number 9. Chad White's going to clear him, takes over the top spot. New race leader out front, Mr. Chad White. What a pass there from Chad. Gets around the 8 machine pretty quickly there. She's going to take back the top spot here tonight. But let's drop back in the field, see what else we got going on here. Brian Matthews trying to make a move on the 10 machine of Justin Day. Looks like he's got a car underneath him here. He's going to give up a spot. So Matthews going to fall back to the 20th position. And we drop to the back. I tell you what, John Sheen looking like junk out here tonight at Dover. Currently in the 29th position. Well, that's right where he started. Started 29th. He's running 29th. John Sheen needs to get on the gas. Got some battles here in the middle of the field. Let's take a look at what's going on. Justin Day in the 18th spot, trying to make a move on the 49 of Judge John Mathis. Boy, been a rough start for Jason Rushing after putting down a heater in qualifying, has fallen to the 14th position. He's down 10 spots here early on. Chad White still out front. You got Michael Harrington right there behind him. Kind of a 2-car breakaway as the 3rd position of Isaiah Adams, about 2 seconds behind your race leader. Here he is. Well, folks, check out hustlefuelshop.com. Use discount code HMS TV. Get 20% off your order. What a deal. As we jump up to the blimp here, you're looking at Isaiah Adams trying to hold off David Forch, and then Terrence Murphy right behind him. But we got some battles right around here. The 92 machine of Josh Westendorf. Wrong button, folks. Sorry about that. Josh Westendorf in the 13th position. Greenville, South Carolina native as he gets loose there on the backstretch, trying to hold on to his spot. Stephen Blevins right there behind him, trying to make a move, and caution is out. Akari King Wright is junk, and a couple others as well. Justin McCurdy. Let's see what happened. Here it is, folks. So there's Akari King Wright in the 11 machine on the bottom. 47 gets loose, hits him off the corner, or gets tight, I mean. And the 11 spins it out, and wham, the 91 smokes him. Justin Linger, oh my. Here's Justin Linger. We're on board with Justin Linger here. He sees the car. He's not slowing down. Wow, he even bumps the guy in front of him, and oh my gosh. The brake pedal is the big rectangular shaped one, Steven. So let's see this one more time, folks, from Stephen Linger. Here it is. On board here. Let's slow this down. So you see the car spinning out. Steven's not lifting. He's not lifting, still not lifting. He gives the 43 a big shove, says, get out of the way. I want to hit this guy spinning out. And wham! Takes out Akari King Wright. No fast repairs here tonight. And the 4 is going to have some damage as well because Stephen Linger doesn't use the brake pedal. But caution is out. First caution of the night. Chad White, still your race leader here in the rabbitholepodcast.com 150. We're going to take a quick break, folks. Go HMS TV side by side. We'll see you in a minute. Don't you go anywhere. Click the like button. Subscribe to the channel. You're watching the world's #1 streaming service, HMS TV. We are back here at Dover. Fields racked up and ready to roll. Going to try this first restart of the evening here with the rabbitholepodcast.com 150. It's been a 2-car showing here so far. Chad White and Michael Harrington. Let's see who brings home this one here as we are racked up and ready to roll. And the Gano just subscribed to Hutchinson Motorsports TV. Congratulations, Gano. You just made the best decision of your life. But the field's racked up and ready to roll. On your feet, off your seats. Green flag in the air through the juicy spider restart zone. Oh, they're junking it. Look out. Caution is out. Douglas Ivy junk and a handful of others. Let's see what happened here. Here it is, folks. Let's slow this down. So we're going to go up to the HMS TV blimp cam, and here it is, folks. Take a look. So the green flag comes out. Who starts this one? Looks like the 33 of Ivy. Let's slow this down a bit here, folks. Douglas Ivy just kind of shoots up the track. You see him there in the white car with the black number. Here it is. Yeah, Douglas Ivy, that's all on him. He spins the tires, shoots straight up the track. You got a handful of cars involved in that one. So thankfully nobody should be totaled because of that, but we're gonna have to rack them up and do it again. But folks, earlier before that caution, we had some radio traffic. Let's look through here real quick. All right, so on lap number, hang on.
Can't say
Hang on. 1 minute here, folks. Let's listen to this together.
Get them all the out of here.
Stephen Blevins, he's joking around there. Brian Day.
Everybody knows it's Copenhagen. It ain't that pussy-ish.
Oh, well, probably should have started that out. But, hey, folks, there's some more radio replay traffic. And then Brian Matthews had this to say.
Yeah.
There you go. So there you have it, folks. That's about really all I'm seeing. But when that caution came out, there's no real good radio traffic that we can play. Yeah, this one come through here. Actually, never mind. I'm not going to play that one. So there you have it, some radio replay traffic. But we're going to rack them up here again and get things going. But appreciate everybody tuning in here tonight. You're watching some Average Joe's Sim Racing League action. Chad White is your race leader as we look at your HMS TV lap leaderboard. Chad's led 12 laps. Harrington has led 9. Those are your only leaders here so far. We're going to have a stage break at the end of lap 40. We're only about halfway done through stage number 1. So we're going to rack them up here. Chad White's going to take that inside line. Michael Harrington taking the outside row 2. It's going to be Isaiah Adams and Terrence Murphy. The Gano in the chat says there was a lot of hate there for Steven. So I agree with you, Gano. But here we are. We are ready to roll here, folks. Hopefully we can get a cleaner start this time around as Chad White's going to lead the field towards the juicy Spider restart zone. We saw the initial start. Michael Harrington got a good jump on Chad, and he took over the race lead. But this time, Chad has the advantage. The leader gets to choose when to go in the zone. But they're down the backstretch. We're going to drop the hammer and go green this time around. Drivers are ready to roll here at Dover. Call it the Monster Mile. Everybody wants to win here, folks. Heading into turns 3 and 4. Lights are off, which means we are about to drop the hammer and go green. Again, Chad White on the inside. Michael Harrington on the outside. Dover Speedway, on your feet. Off your seats. Into the juicy Spider restart zone. Green flag back in the air. Much better start there for the field here as we head into turn number 1. Chad White struggling to hold off that 8 machine of Michael Weaver. I tell you what, Chad White's starts actually suck as they're side by side down the backstretch. White on the inside. Harrington on the outside. Chad's going to cover up and hold on to the race lead as Terrence Murphy has moved up into the 3rd position. Meanwhile, we see a battle here. David Forch in the 5th spot trying to hold off the 9 machine of Chris Mackey. Jeffrey Petty in that 24 machine out of Fayetteville, Tennessee, finds himself running in the 9th position as we have a door-to-door battle here with Jason rushing alongside with Brian Day. Robbie Holshouser finds himself in the 19th position. Solid start here so far for Robbie, but still a long ways to go for him. Let's check out this battle for the race lead here as Michael Harrington still about 0.2 of a second behind Chad White with Terrence Murphy right there behind him. But let's take a look at your HMS TV hard charger board. Robbie Holshouser currently up 12 positions. He's on the move, folks. Keep an eye on the Rabbit Hole Podcast driver number 84 machine here tonight. Terrence Murphy trying to find a way around that 8 machine. Is he going to get to the back bumper? 14 laps left to go here in stage number 2. Terrence Murphy looks to go to the inside for second. Side-by-side battle for the second position. Exactly what Chad White wants to see as Murphy makes the pass, takes over the second spot. So it's going to be Murphy second, Harrington third, Adams fourth, and Chris Mackey rounding out your top 5 here early on. 13 laps left to go here in stage number 1. Brian Cook finds himself in the 20th position, started 22nd, running 20th, up a couple spots here. Hopefully he can keep that trend going as John Sheen making moves through the field after starting 29th. He is up to the 18th position. Let's hop on board with John Sheen. Oh, there's one on the wall. Look out. He's junk. We are still green. It's Judge John Mathis into the wall. He's toast, folks. Caution is out. All right, so the caution flies. Let's see what happened with Judge John Mathis. Here we go. Side by side off the corner here. Oh, and he just gets dumped. My goodness, the 70 machine just absolutely junked him. That might have been intentional, folks. Brian Day just junked Judge John Mathis. Here's a replay one more time here, folks. Hop on board here. Here's Brian Day. He says, get out of the way, Judge. Wham! Later, loser. Stuffs him into the infield wall. And caution number 3 is flying here at Dover. Well, folks, we may as well take a quick break. That way we can refill our hustle fuel and get ready to roll and all amped up for the end of this race. We still got a long ways to go, folks. We're on lap number 31 out of 150. We'll be right back. You're going HMS TV side by side. We'll see you in a minute. We are back here at the Monster Mile. Third caution of the night is out here. Let's see if we can get to the end of stage number 1 or if these guys are going to keep wadding them up here tonight. Good to be back at Dover, though. Unique track, you know, it's high banked. It's only a mile. You got some concrete. Always fun to race here at Dover. Tight quarters racing. Bottom lane is the preferred line, but, I mean, you can make the top line work if you want to. But I'm sure Chad White is happy that that 8 machine of Michael Harrington is not starting on his outside because Chad's restarts so far have been pretty bad. But we're going to rack them up here, folks. Pace car is in. Field is set as they roll towards the juicy Spider restart zone. Dover Speedway, on your feet, off your seats, green flag. Back in the air. Chad White covers up here, holds on to the race lead. Not a good start there from Terrence Murphy as Harrington takes over the second spot with 7 laps left to go here in stage number 1. Chris Mackey up to the 4th spot out of Ackworth, Georgia. You got Isaiah Adams back to 5th as we're single file out front. First battle on the track looks to be right here between Jonathan Dominics and Michael Weaver in a battle for 8th. Hopping on board here, Jonathan Dominics ripping the bottom line out of Canada, trying to get around Michael Weaver in that 2 machine. Not going to happen. Going to be 5 laps left to go here in stage number 1. Chad White's been in control of this race all night long. Let's hop on board, see if we have some HMS TV telemetry data on our race leader of Chad White. There we go, getting low on fuel. Looks like our drivers can make it 41 laps on fuel, so they should be good to go through the end of stage number 1. Chad White looking good out front. Let's drop back in the field a bit, see what's going on here with Isaiah Adam Bomb Adams looking to get around Chris Mackey for the 4th position. We got some telemetry data here with Isaiah Adams in 5th out of Whitesburg, Kentucky. 3 laps remain here in the stage. He's trying to find a way around that number 9 machine of Chris Mackey. Good battle right here between Jeffrey Petty and Michael Weaver as they battle for 9th again. And Willie Smith going to look to make a pass here to get around Isaiah Adams as he looks to the inside. But let's jump back out front. Chad White about 0.4 of a second out front. 2 laps left to go here in the stage as Chad White heads down the backstretch. Here come your leaders. 1 lap left to go here in the stage as they go into turn number 1. Oh, look out. We got cameraman on the track. Down the backstretch for the final time. Chad White out front looking to take home stage number 1. Green and white checkered flag waving in the air. Chad White is your stage 1 winner. 2nd goes to Michael Harrington. 3rd to Terrence Murphy. Chris Mackey 4th. And rounding out the top 5, Isaiah Adam Bomb Adams. So, folks, stage 1 finally in the books. And, oh, no, Douglas Ivey has a meatball flag. Not sure what happened. His car looks fine. Must have just hurt his tires or something. So he should be fine. Should be good to go the rest of the way, hopefully. But, folks, we're going to take a short break, gather up, do some pit stops for stage number 1. You're watching the world's number 1 streaming service, Hutchinson Motorsports TV. We'll be right back.
I'm Larry McReynolds. Remember, in any type of racing, it's all about execution. So right now, subscribe to Hutchinson Motorsports TV today. You know America's crew chief. I would never steer you wrong.
Hutchinson Motorsports TV is back. The lights are bright and the stands are packed.
And we're back here at Dover. Race off pit road isn't much of one. Chad White holds on to the race lead out front. Nothing going to change. It's going to be White, Harrington, Murphy, Adams, and Mackey in your top 5. But let's see if Chad White is available real quick for an interview as your stage 1 winner. Here he is. Let's get him in here. Chad Blake up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you, Blake.
Hey, you look good out there in stage one. Led most of the laps and bring home the stage one win. What's the plan the rest of the way?
I'm looking like just going to try to split it down the middle here. We got about 40 laps to go on fuel, so we're going to have to stop at least 2 more times to make it. Just kind of keep doing what I'm doing, just trying to roll around the bottom, taking care of the tires.
Well, that's certainly the strategy, I think, to do here, Chad. So looks like you guys are racked up and ready to roll. Hopefully you can get a better restart. Looks like Harrington's kind of had a couple good starts up top here so far.
Yeah, it's pretty hard to get it to hook up on the bottom here, and without being able to choose lanes, it's just you kind of got what you got whenever you're trying to get it to get going on the bottom.
All right, well, hey, I'll send you down there to your team, Chad. Wish you the best of luck the rest of this one.
Thank you, Blake.
That's Chad White. He was our stage one winner. He's ready to roll, and you heard it from him, folks. It's tough to get that car rolling in the bottom lane as the race leader, and no lane choice here in the Average Joe's Sim Racing League. So Chad White's going to have to figure something out there in the restart zone here if he wants to hold off Harrington for that race lead. But the field's racked up and ready to roll door to door here at the Dover Monster Mile. Pace car is in. Field is set here at Dover towards the Juicy Spider restart zone. Once again, green flag in the air. Much better jump there from Chad White as he holds on to the race lead. It's going to be Terrence Murphy on the bottom taking over second. That's going to drop Harrington into the third spot as we're clean and green at Dover down the backstretch. Don't count out the 5 machine of Terrence Murphy. He hasn't led a lap yet, but he's always quick here, and he's got a run here heading down the front stretch. Like Chad misses the corner a bit there. Let's see if Murphy can take advantage down the backstretch, looking to gain some ground. Murphy looks to the bottom. Chad White going to hold his line up top. Door-to-door battle for the race lead. At the line, Chad White still your race leader for now, but Murphy's got the preferred line on the bottom. Let's see if he can make it happen. Off the corner, they're side by side still for the race lead as Harrington sits back in the third spot. Who's going to take over this top position? White doing a good job holding the top line. If you're Terrence Murphy, you got to think about throwing a slide job or something because it looks like Chad White's going to hold on here onto the backstretch. Good defending there from Chad White out of Loudon, Tennessee as he keeps the top position. Meanwhile, we drop back here. You see David Forge in that 06 machine in the 6th position. As you got Jonathan Dominick's right on his back bumper. Let's hop on board here with Dominick's currently in 7th. And ladies and gentlemen, Austin Hamilton just subscribed to Hutchinson Motorsports TV. Congratulations, Austin. You just made the best decision of your life as we're clean and green here at Dover. 101 laps left to go. And we heard it from our Stage 1 winner, Chad White. His strategy is just to cut this thing down the middle. They can make it about 41 laps on fuel. And we went green around lap, what was it, 45? I'll say it was 45, 44. So that means we went green with 105 remaining. Trying to do some quick math in my head. Going to be a 2-stop strategy for sure, I think. Yeah, looks like, definitely going to be a 2-stop strategy at least. So we'll keep an eye on when the pit cycle starts. And it looks like Brian Matthews has just received a meatball. So that means his car is junk. He's heading down pit road. Connor, you might be removing one of our Paint Scheme of the Night finalists. He's still on the track, but he is struggling. And there he is going slow speed down the backstretch. Thanks to everybody tuning in here tonight, watching some Average Joe's Sim Racing League action. The RabbitHolePodcast.com 150 head on over rabbitholepodcast.com. Conspiracy theories, all kinds of fun stuff, folks. Check them out. Also, check out hustlefuelshop.com. Folks, you use discount code HMS TV, you get 20% off your order, which is absolutely ridiculous. But John Sheen finds himself up 13 positions in the 16th spot for now. Good run for John, but he's not your hard charger. That spot goes to Robbie Holshouser. 19 positions gained since the start of this race. Started 30th, running 11th. This Rabbit Hole Podcast 84 machine is bad fast here tonight. Let's check them out. We got the Juicy Spider drone cam taking a quick flyby. Here it is, folks, rabbitholepodcast.com. He's got speed. He's got a good-looking car. Keep an eye on Robbie Holshouser. Check him out on YouTube, folks. Absolutely. Fun stuff there. But we jump back out front. Terrence Murphy still sitting in second, and we got a battle for the third position kind of developing. Chris Mackey into third. Harrington falls back all the way to fourth, possibly fifth. Actually, that's a lap car. That's Akari King right there in the 11 machine, folks. Akari King right down multiple laps, but he's back out here, going to log some laps. So we'll keep an eye on King Wright, see if he can keep that thing rolling. He's certainly struggling, has some damage. He's 33 laps down here so far. Keeping it clean and green here. Connor's wondering what happened to Brian Matthews. I don't know, Connor. I tried to look back on the log. I don't have anything, so no idea how he got damaged. But he's certainly struggling. But nonetheless, appreciate everybody tuning in. Nate Brzezowski in the chat. He's pulling for Chris Mackey. He wants me to refresh Trading Paints. I don't really like refreshing Trading Paints while we're green, so he must have loaded in with a different paint. Not my fault. Nonetheless, we're clean and green. Lap number 59 here. Joshua Holt in the 14th spot here. In that number 52 machine. Let's hop on board. Look out! Oh my goodness. The 11 machine was a roadblock. I'm not sure what happened. We're still clean and green, but Akari King Wright well off pace here. Gonna pull it down. Boy, that was scary there, folks. Jason Rushing involved in an incident. Let's take a look here, folks. So here's Jason Rushing. Let's see what happened. The Fairview, North Carolina native. Jason Rushing just loses it off. Well, he just pulls it over there, folks. So that's unfortunate. Jason Rushing, he's done. But we're still clean and green here. 90 laps remain. Chad White, your race leader, 3/4 of a second out front on Terrence Murphy. Connor says he's going to keep the 77 in the paint scheme of the night running until he's officially out. Although the 77's still out there for now. We'll keep an eye on him, though, see if things get worse. But we're clean and green here. Stephen Blevins out of Linden, Virginia in the 24th position. Let's hop on board. Good to see the battles here at Dover. Monster Mile. Let's jump up here to Blake Hewlett in the 19th spot from Rockford, Illinois. Good-looking car as usual for Mr. Blake Hewlett. Sitting in the top 20 here. Joshua Holt, couple spots up in the 15th spot. Started all the way back in 26, running 15 for Joshua Holt. Chad White pulling away, though, about a 1.2 second lead with 86 laps left to go. Brian Matthews back down pit road. Been a rough night for that 77 here tonight. Jonathan Dominics out of Halifax, Canada, currently sitting 7th. Not a bad run here tonight for Jonathan Dominics. Got a good battle here between the 49 of Mathis and the 73 of Hewlett as Mathis makes the pass, throws the slide job, takes over the 19th position from Mooresville, North Carolina. Got a battle developing here for the 4th position. That's Chris Mackey out of Ackworth, Georgia, trying to get around Forge, and caution is out. Let's see what happened. Ryan McClurg involved. Here it is, folks. So here's McClurg in the 43 machine. Comes off the corner there. Oh my gosh, he just intentionally wrecks him. Oh man, he was not happy with Stephen Blevins, and Stephen Linger, of course, hits him. And there you have it, folks. Caution number 4, I believe that is. Ryan McClurg intentionally taking out the 51 of Stephen Blevins. Here it is. Wham! Hooks him straight into the fence. That was dirty, Ryan. So, caution is out. Let's take a quick break, folks. We're going to go HMS TV side by side. We'll see you in a moment. Don't you go anywhere. Click the like button. Subscribe to the channel. Check this out.
Hey guys, it's NASCAR driver Matt DiBenedetto, and you are watching Hutchinson Motorsports TV, America's #1 iRacing broadcast service. So be sure to like and subscribe on YouTube today. It'll be the best decision you've ever made, so you can watch us sim racers go at it on the track.
Todd Gilliland here. You're tuned into the world's #1 streaming service, Hutchinson Motorsports TV. Make sure to like, subscribe, and join the Discord channel so you never miss a moment of the action. Did America's crew chief already tell you that?
We are back here. 5th caution of the night is underway, and we have some varying pit strategies shaking things up. Chad White was your race leader. Willie leaves pit road in the 10th position. Chad goes with 4 tires. Everybody in front of him elected to take 2. So this is going to get interesting here, folks. Chad White's going to have the fresher tires, but he's got to deal with a lot of traffic and hopefully stay out of trouble. But Corbett Raker, he's going to stay out here. I don't think Corbett went down pit road at all. So he's going to take over the race lead, maybe junk the field. But we have Terrence Murphy on his outside, was the first car to pit, took 2 tires. So here you go. We got 2nd through 9th on 2 tires, 1st on no tires. And here we are to the juicy Spider restart zone. Green flag into the air. Crazy start, everybody all over the place. Look out as we're clean and green. Terrence Murphy takes over the top spot. Michael Harrington into 2nd. Corbett Raker trolling the field there, staying out, not pitting. He is in the way from 1st to 4th in less than a lap. Corbett Raker is on the move and not in the right direction as they're going 3 wide here in the back, or mid-pack. That's John Sheen trying to stay above Austin Oliver, as well as the 10 machine of Justin Day. It is a hornet's nest back here in the middle of the pack. Let's hop on board with John Sheen as he's going to get past as he's washing up the track. Going to lose 2 spots there in one corner. Meanwhile, Chris Mackey finds himself in the 3rd position from Ackworth, Georgia. You got Corbett Raker holding steady in 4th for now. 5th position is David Forge. Here comes Chad White behind Forge. Remember, Chad White took 4 tires when nobody else in front of him did. So we're going to see that 36 car on the move here. He's just got to be patient, though. Long way to go here for Chad White. We're only halfway done with this race. It's going to be 76 laps left to go this time by. So that's going to move Chad into the 4th position as Terrence Murphy holds on to the race lead with Michael Harrington 2nd. Got some battles back here. It's Judge John Mathis making some moves. Let's hop on board as he's looking at some battles. And there goes the 52 to his outside of Joshua Holt. Well, I love watching some races here at Dover. And wow, that didn't take long. Chad White blows by the field with those 4 fresh tires. New race leader again, Chad White. And folks, if this thing stays green, it might get ugly. Because again, Chad's got 4 tires. And everybody from 2nd back to 5th has 4. But keep an eye on Austin Oliver. He took 4 tires on that pit stop, and here he is up to 4th, and he is working through the field. So I think we've proven taking 4 tires on the pit stops is certainly the way to go, because Austin Oliver, he's probably going to move up to 2nd here shortly. Still clean and green, though, here at Dover. RabbitHolePodcast.com. 150. Well, there's Austin Oliver into 2nd with his 4 fresh tires. Again, remember, Murphy, Harrington, both took 2. And don't look now, here comes Robbie Holshauser, who's got 4 tires as well on that last pit stop. So Robbie taking major advantage of the altering pit strategies. He made the right call, folks. Robbie Holshauser, after starting 30th, is up to the 4th position. This could be his best run of his career as Robbie Holshauser is flying here tonight. Going to take over the 3rd spot here any moment. So it's still Chad White out front. Austin Oliver in 2nd. Oliver about 2 seconds behind Chad, but we drop back in the field. See what else we got going on here. Got a couple battles right around this spot. In the 13th position, Isaiah Adambaum Adams looking to get around Corbett Raker, and he's going to do so. So Corbett Raker did not pit on that last caution, folks, and he's paying the price. He goes from the lead spot all the way back to 13th, and I think he's going to keep falling. Here's Jeffrey Petty in that 24 machine in the 13th position. He's making a move, going to take over the spot. Good run so far for Jeffrey after starting 10th, has fallen back to 13th, but he's holding steady for now. And don't look now, here comes Justin Day into the 4th spot. He also took 4 tires on the last caution. So our top 5 now all have 4 fresh tires. Oh, look out, Judge John Mathis all over the track there, and you better look out, don't hit him, or he will sentence you to something. So, nonetheless, Mathis into 5th. That's going to drop Murphy and Harrington to 5th and 6th, respectfully. So the guys tried 2 tires, and it didn't work out. I'm kind of surprised they tried 2 tires, honestly. Really early in the race to be trying that out. But nonetheless, they did it, and Chad White is out front by 2.5 seconds. He hopes this thing stays clean and green. We got 67 laps left to go, folks. 6-7. Cher Day in the chat says, all day racing. That's right, Cher. You got Justin Day sitting in 4th. Brian Day back in 8th. and then Jonathan Day in the 21st position. So there's your day rundown. Share. Appreciate you joining us here tonight. We'll keep an eye on all 3 days for you here all night long. Connor Gerard says, never harm a judge or you might end up in jail. That's true, Connor. And then Joshua Holt going to get around Terrence Murphy for the 7th position. So now our top 7 all took 4 tires on the last stop. Terrence Murphy, Michael Harrington both took 2 tires. So we've seen the way this has cycled out here as Chad White has a 3.75-second lead. He's running away with it. Let's take a look at him from the Hutchinson Motorsports TV blimp. Big race lead there. Here's the 2nd position car of Austin Oliver. Bit of a distance here. Let's hop on board. So you see a lap car there, and in the distance, you'll see the race leader, Chad White, 4.3 seconds ahead. Oh no, Jonathan Day with a meatball flag. Jonathan Day down pit road. He is junk there, Cher. So unfortunately, Jonathan is not going to have a good remaining evening here with the rabbitholepodcast.com 150. But let's take a look at your pit strategy board. We're about halfway through this pit stint. We've made it 20 laps here with 62 to go. Again, these guys can make it. Oh no, caution is out. That's not what Chad White wanted to see. Let's try to find what happened. Terrence Murphy off pace. So let's see if Terrence Murphy's potentially involved. Oh no. Murphy just loops it down there, gets into the wall, and he's got some serious damage now, folks. So that's unfortunate there for Terrence Murphy. Not sure why we needed a caution for that, but here we are, folks. So caution is out. Field set. We're on lap number 90. It's going to be interesting how this plays out, folks. We have, let me confirm how many sets of tires. Oh, no, we only have 3 sets of tires, folks. So not sure what these guys are going to want to do. If you pit here, you might not want to take 4 tires. I don't know. It's going to be interesting. With only 3 sets of tires, Chad White has used 2 of them. So he's definitely not going to take 4 tires. But nonetheless, folks, let's take just a short break, see what these drivers elect to do. Have 26 viewers watching. Click that like button for us. Subscribe to the channel. We'll be right back. You're watching the world's #1 streaming service, Hutchinson Motorsports TV. We are back here at Dover. Field is set. We're ready to roll into the juicy Spider restart zone. Green flag back in the air. Oh, they're junking it. It's a parking lot in the back. Caution is out. Let's see what happened here, folks. Oh, man. A lot of cars involved. Get ready for this one. All right, take a look here. See where this all starts. Just checks up. Big checkup up front there and a big pile up. The 52 machine, one of the first ones involved with Joshua Holt. Let's see it from his view. So here's Joshua Holt. Oh, man. Hang on, I missed it here, folks. All right, so there's Joshua Holt there on the bottom line of the 52 machine. Green flag comes out. And he just loops it straight up the track, takes out the 70, the 8 involved, the 15, the 2. There's a dozen others there, folks. So you saw it there on your screen. Caution is out. They're all junk. And Chad White had a great start there. He was hoping it'd stay green. But don't look now. Robbie Holshouser in the 84 machine currently in second after starting back in 30th, up 28 positions from the start of this race, folks. Robbie Holshouser and Austin Oliver right behind him, up 22. We got some guys down pit road, though. This is interesting. Austin Oliver is going to head down there. You got John Mathis, Justin Day, Jonathan Dominics, and others down pit road. So let's see what Austin Oliver elects to do here. Is he going to get tires or not? Looks like a fuel-only stop for Oliver. Kind of surprising there. Let's see if this plays out, though, for him. Smart move, because remember, though, folks, these guys only get 3 tire changes. So Oliver did not want to use his last one here early on. He's still going to have to pit. Remember, we can only go about 41 green flag laps on a tank of fuel. So we'll look at the pit strategy board here. Chad White pit 26 laps ago. See if this works out for him here. I don't know. Once we go back green, it's going to be about lap number 97, I'd say, and then we'll have 53 laps remaining. So these guys trying to run this out long so they can just pit one more time and not have to worry about pitting an extra time. But no telling how this is going to play out, especially if the cautions keep flying here, folks. But nonetheless, appreciate you joining us. We have Cinch McCoy, Connor Gerard chatting it up, as always, in the chat. Check out the Hutchinson Motorsports TV Discord as well, discord.gg/HMS TV. A lot of good stuff over there in the Discord. We also have a website, HutchinsonMotorsportsTV.com. We haven't really been doing too much with that, honestly, lately, but check it out nonetheless. And we're also on X, formerly known as Twitter, at WatchHMSTV. But the field's racked up and ready to roll. Chad can probably make it another 20 laps or so on fuel. We're going to see how this plays out, because green flag stops would kind of be wild here at Dover. And Chad's probably hoping he doesn't have to deal with that. We're going to find out as the field's racked up and ready to roll. Rabbit Hole Podcast 150 here tonight at Dover. This is our 7th caution of the evening. Let's see if we can get a better start here as the pace car is in. Field is set. It's White on the inside. Holshouser on the outside. Green flag in the air once again. Great jump there from Chad White down the backstretch. David Forge finds himself in second. Then you got Chris Mackey in third. See if David Forge can reel in Chad White as he last pit on lap number 90. And I believe he took 4 tires, so it's going to be interesting. And they're trying to junk it in the back, folks. We got one into the wall. That's Willie Smith. Caution is out for another one-car incident, I believe. I just don't get it. I know they're using AMR, but why throw the caution here? Like, hang on, unless there's more involved. Maybe there is. No? One car incident. I mean, I'm sorry, AMR. I mean, this is just, it's just a waste of time right here. Like, why throw a caution? Willie Smith, he's toast either way. Like, there is no reason to throw this caution if you're AMR and race control. Terrible call. I don't typically go out on a limb and say that, folks, but there's zero reason that we have this caution. So we may as well take another break because we're going to be here all night if AMR wants to throw solo car incidents. We'll be right back. We are back here at Dover Fields, lined up and ready to roll. Going to be Chad White lined up on the inside, David Forch on the outside. Now remember, David Forch pit on lap 90. He did get tires though, so I don't know. David might be out of tires, so not sure about this call for David Forch, but for now, he's probably the favorite to take over the race lead because he does have fresher tires, but we'll see how it plays out in the long run. Still a long ways to go. We got 49 laps remaining once we drop the hammer and go green. As they head towards the restart zone, green flag back in the air. Good jump there from the front row. That's going to be Forch on the outside. Black flag waving for a couple drivers. That's going to be Judge John Mathis and Terrence Murphy, both getting the black flag. But we got a battle for the race lead as David Forch with the fresher tires going to take over the top spot. Chris Mackey right behind him, also with the fresh tires. So these two are going to be hot right now as they both have 4 fresh tires from just a handful of laps ago. You're going to see Chad White fade back as Chris Mackey takes over the top spot. Now the question is, do these guys have another set of tires or did they use them all? Because everybody's going to have to pit one more time as we have 48 laps left to go. Side-by-side battle for the third position. That's going to be Jeffrey Petty, also with fresher tires, looking to make a pass on Chad White. So our top 3 all pit on lap number 90, which means they're going to have to I mean, they'd have to make it 60 laps on fuel, which obviously is not going to happen. So we'll keep an eye on them as Chad White continues to fall off. You got Michael Harrington with 4 fresh tires making some moves as well. So this is going to get interesting here, folks. You're going to see a lot of comers and goers, am I right? But again, only 3 sets of tire changes. I don't really know exactly who's used all their tires. I can just see how many times people pit. And I assume most of the times these people pit, they use tires, but I don't know for sure. But Harrington looking to make a move to take over the second spot, and he's going to do so. So still Chris Mackey out front, Harrington second, Jeffrey Petty into third, with David Forch, John Sheen, Blake Hewlett, and Jonathan Dominics into seventh as Chad White keeps falling, as all these guys with the fresher tires are making quick work of them. Now, question's going to be the people that did not pit under yellow the last few cautions. They can only make it, I don't know, another 15, maybe 12 laps or so. Are they going to have to pit under green? Which, I mean, especially at Dover, you do not want to pit under green because you're going to fall at least 1 lap down, maybe 2. And then if a caution comes out, you're screwed. So you definitely aren't looking to pit here under the green flag conditions at Dover. But Chris Mackey, still your race leader by 0.3 of a second for now. Michael Harrington starting to run him down. Let's hop on board, see if he can get around the 9 machine of Chris Mackey for the race lead. It's 42 laps left to go here in lap 109. Harrington certainly looks a little bit quicker than Mackey, but can he get around him? We'll find out as they head through turns 1 and 2. Look at these guys racing hard. You got varying speeds here as some guys on fresh tires, some guys on old tires, and some guys just with junk race cars. But Mackey holds the top line. Harrington looking down low. Side-by-side battle briefly for the race lead as Mackey holds on with 40 laps left to go here at Dover. Good battle out front for the race lead. Harrington unable to make the pass, but let's drop back here. We got a battle for the 4th position. It's David Forch trying to hold off the 1 machine of John Sheen. Slide job taking over the 4th spot. So John Sheen in 4th as Forch looks to cross him over here side by side down the backstretch. Boy, Chad White is paying the price for saving the set of tires. He has fallen back to the 13th position from the race lead. Oh, look out! Oh, the 73 is junk! Caution is out! Oh, man. Terrence Murphy and Blake Hewlett involved. Let's see this replay here, folks. Take a look. So here's Terrence Murphy. Blake Hewlett a little bit off pace. Murphy looks down low. I think the 73 comes down a little bit in front of him, and that's just bad news there for the 15 and the 47 involved. And oh my goodness, the 92 of Linger. Boy, I tell you what, somebody needs to show Linger the brake pedal. My goodness. I think that was Linger. Let's double check. This might not have been Linger, folks. Hang on. Okay, it was not. I'm sorry. It was not Steven Linger. It was the 92. So Linger's the 91. So give me a moment. We're going to stop this here. It was Josh Westendorf. Let's hop on board. See this replay. So here's the wreck. Look, it's a whole straightaway ahead of him. He's still floored. What are you doing? Josh Westendorf, he deserves a penalty. What are you doing, Josh Westendorf? Let's see this one more time just to show you. Just to kind of show you guys. All right, so we're going to hop on board here. We'll slow this down. I'm going to pause it when the wreck is clearly happening. So there's the wreck. Look. So you see the wreck up almost a whole straightaway, and listen in. He doesn't lift until he's in the corner, literally, and then wham, smokes the 5 machine. Josh Westendorf, he needs some glasses. or he needs some brakes. I don't know what the problem is. But caution is back out, folks. Everybody heading down pit road except for the top 7. So it's going to be Blevins and White. Oh, Blevins going to be the first one off pit road. He goes with gas only, maybe 2 tires. But Chad White's going to be the first one off pit road with 4 tires. And we have, let's see, how many laps are remaining? I'm seeing 36 laps remaining. So that means he's going to be able to make it on fuel. I think he's on a good strategy here. But he's got to stay out of trouble. So we're going to see how this all lines up. We appreciate you joining us here tonight. Going to hopefully go back green. 9th caution of the evening. Average Joe Sim Racing League.
Hi, I'm Larry McReynolds. Remember, in any type of racing, it's all about execution. So right now, subscribe to Hutchison Motorsports TV today. You know America's crew chief. I would never steer you wrong.
Hutchison Motorsports TV is back. The lights are bright and the stands are packed.
Hutchison Motorsports TV is the world's #1 streaming service. From over-the-top calls to electrifying action, we bring it all to the table.
The whole field's chunking it. It's a drag race to the checkered flag in the air. Justin Thompson wins the Harpoon Design 500.
But the action doesn't just stop when the stream ends. Whether you're looking for a broadcaster or looking to secure your spot in our next special event, the best way to get a hold of us and the only way to enter our exclusive events is to join the HMS TV Discord server.
Don't get left on the trailer. What are you waiting for? Join the Hutchison Motorsports TV Discord community today by scanning the QR code shown on your screen. We'll see you there.
We are back here at Dover. It's going to be Mackey on the inside, Harrington on the outside. And remember, folks, our top 7 or 8 drivers stayed out. They did not pit or got fuel only. So it's going to be interesting. You're going to have varying speeds here for sure as they go through the juicy Spider restart zone. Green flag in the air. Chris Mackey, your race leader. Clean and green. Chris Mackey out front trying to hold off Harrington. Let's see if Mackey can hold off, but keep an eye on these guys. They're going to see some guys heading through the field with the fresh tires. And folks, I just received a word. Looks like on the restart, Chad White had a black flag, and it was just cleared by race control. I believe the guy in front of Chad, which was Brian Cook, spun his tires, and Chad had to go underneath him. But nonetheless, we got a battle for the race lead as Chris Mackey tries to hold off Michael Harrington. Oh, no, we got a meatball flag for the 87 of Brian Cook. Tried to make them old tires work. Well, they're not gonna, folks. 87 car might be junk. Nonetheless, we got this battle for the race lead still working here. Harrington side by side with the 9 as they both get loose off the corner. Harrington almost loses it. Here comes Jeffrey Petty in the 3rd position as Mackey holds on to the race lead. .30 laps remain. The problem out front is I don't know if these guys can make it on fuel. Actually, I know they can't. Mackey with 30 laps on that tank of gas, and then Harrington with 28. So they're going to have to pit once more. And don't look now. Here comes Chad White into the 3rd position. He's got the fresh tires. So we've seen a lot of hard chargers here, folks, with the fresh tires and whatnot, as Chad White looks to make the pass for the race lead. Chris Mackey trying to defend. So Chad's going to take over the top spot, and now we got a battle for 2nd brewing with Chris Mackey trying to hold off Michael Harrington as Harrington looks to the inside. Covers up there, throws the slide job. Michael Harrington into 2nd, Mackey 3rd, and then you got David Forch into the 5th position, now into 3rd. I'm sorry, he's now in the 3rd. I don't know what I was looking at, but here we go. Look out, Forch and the 9 are going to door. That's Chris Mackey and David Forch. Almost caused an incident there, but they're able to keep it rolling. Slide job as Mackey continues to fall off pace with these old tires. Bad news for him. Again, he's going to have to pit here in the next, 10 laps or so, possibly. So we look through the field here tonight as Justin Day's cruising in the 14th spot out of Murfreesboro, Tennessee, trying to make some moves. Let's hop on board. And we got guys all over the place. People struggling with old tires, and then we got guys with new tires blowing their doors off as we have 26 laps left to go here with the Average Joe's Sim Racing League. Good run tonight from Austin Oliver, currently in the 6th position from Winter Haven, Florida. Last pit on lap 114, so he's good to go the rest of the way. On the right strategy here tonight, and he's got some guys in front of him. He can probably find his way around since he's got those fresh tires. Well, let's take a look at your HMS TV hard charger board. It's still all about Robbie Holshouser in the 4th position. Started 30th, running 26th. He's the hard charger, and it's not even close as he's looking to get into the 3rd position. Caution is out. Oh, man, that changes a lot as Brian Cook is jumped. Let's take a look here. Well, here's Brian Cook out of Unionville, North Carolina. Goes into the corner here. Does he get some help? I think he comes down there. I think Cook might have came down there. Ends up junking it hard into the fence. See it one more time. So here it is. So Brian Cook, he's up top here. Does he come down? Yeah, it looks to me like the 52 holds his line, and Brian Cook kind of chops his nose there and unfortunately junks it. So caution is out now, folks. Going to be interesting. I don't know who's got a set of tires they saved. We knew that Chris Mackey and them had to pit, but I don't know if they have a set of tires. It's definitely going to change things up. So there's definitely going to head down, get some fuel at least. But here comes Harrington down pit road. So let's take a quick break, folks. We'll come back and dissect this pit stop and let you know what happened. You're watching Hutchinson Motorsports TV. We'll be right back. We are back here, and folks, looks like all the guys that went down pit road did get 4 tires. So Michael Harrington going to be the first one on 4 fresh tires. You got David Forch, Chris Mackey right there with him. So this is going to change everything, folks. Chad White is your race leader. He got tires on lap 114. Harrington and them all got tires here on lap 128. So we're looking at 14 lap fresher tires. There was a caution or two in those 14 laps, so I don't know how much faster they're going to be, but it's definitely going to shake things up as your front row. It's going to be Chad White on the inside, Robbie Holshauser on the outside, into the juicy Spider restart zone here at Dover. Green flag back in the air. Oh, look out. Oh, they're junking it. They're all junking it. Caution is out there. Looks like Robbie Holshauser kind of started that one, but let's dissect this a little bit better here, folks. Let's look at it from the blimp here. So here we go. Green flag comes out, and you see the 84 comes down in the 49, and the 49 just comes straight up the track, junks the 10, hits the 94, the 06, the 1, all involved. So there's another caution here tonight. It's been a rough one here at Dover, folks. Caution number 11. The bad news for Chad White, that's going to move Michael Harrington up into about the 4th or 5th position. So he's got fresh tires, and he's gained a little bit of track position to try and hold them off. But still, let's see what we got. We got 18 laps left to go here. And after the caution, we'll probably have about 16 to go once we go back green. Captain Bridger in the chat says, Junk Fest. I agree with you, Captain. We had some green flag runs earlier, but not anymore. And when we did have green flag runs, we had one-car cautions. So we've had 2 one-car cautions for no reason. It was hard enough to keep it green here. And once we get the one-car cautions, it just bunches the field up again and makes it even harder. But, hey, nonetheless, folks, we got to get through this thing eventually. We're at Dover with the rabbitholepodcast.com 150. And you know what? We've been here a while, so I may as well pull this information up again. But we're staying here trackside, folks, looking at these guys pace it around. You're watching Average Joe's Sim Racing League action. Check out hustlefuelshop.com. Use discount code HMS TV. Get 20% off your order. All right, we're racked up and ready to roll. Chad White is your race leader. Austin Oliver going to start on his outside. Row number 2, you got Robbie Holshauser, and then keep an eye on that 8 machine of Michael Harrington. So everybody from Harrington on back has 4 fresher tires than our top 3 guys, so definitely going to get interesting. All right, here we go. We're ready to get things back going. 11th caution of the night, about in the books here at Dover. Pace car is headed in. Field is ready to roll. What's going to happen? Are the 14-lap fresher tires going to be enough for Michael Harrington, Chris Mackey, Jeffrey Petty? Do they have it in them to get back to the race lead? We're going to find out into the juicy Spider restart zone. Green flag into the air. Good clean start there as we head into turn number 1. 16 laps left to go. Great jump there from Chad White as we see a side-by-side battle for second. That's exactly what Chad White wants to see to keep these guys with the fresh tires stuck behind them. Holzhauser looking strong here, holding on to the second spot as Oliver's going to fall back. And here comes Chris Mackey and Michael Harrington. Holzhauser's going to let him by, so Chris Mackey takes over the second position. Harrington right there behind him, and we're still clean and green. 15 left to go. Does Chris Mackey have enough time to get back to Chad White? My guess is probably yes, with 15 to go. Race lead down under a second. Chris Mackey reeling in Chad White. Let's see if he can get to him here quickly. Going to be 13 left to go this time around. Black flag in the air for Corbett Raker in the 47 machine. That's unfortunate there. With 13 left to go, last lap around, Chris Mackey was a, let's see, he's about half a second faster, I think. No, I'm sorry, 0.4 of a second faster. So, oh no, we got a car off pace. Look out, we might get a caution from race control. Oh, thankfully we didn't. Okay, we're good. Still clean and green. Going to be 12 left to go as Chad White holds on for now. But here comes Mackey. Is onto the back bumper of Chad White with the fresher tires. I think Chad is in trouble here, folks. Chad goes down to the bottom to defend. Mackey right to the back bumper. Question is, where does Chad go? Does he let Mackey go or does he fight him? I don't think he can really put up too much of a fight as he still has the spot for now. Here comes Mackey side by side for the race lead, and Michael Harrington inserts himself into the battle for second. Now Mackey has to start thinking of defending Michael Harrington. Harrington with a crossover move, looks to the inside of Mackey. Chad White still out front with 10 laps left to go. Boy, this is a real hard dilemma that Mackey's in. He's got to worry about the 8 machine of Harrington while getting around the 36, and looks like he's going to look underneath him here and take over the race lead potentially. Still side by side, Chad White holds on to the race lead for now, heading into turn number 1. He's ripping the top line. Off the corner, Chris Mackey into the race lead. Finally gets around Chad White, but here comes Harrington. What a move from Michael Harrington. He's playing 4D chess. New race leader Michael Harrington gets around Chris Mackey. Well, bad news there for Chad White, who had the best car all night long. Well, it doesn't matter because fresh tires is going to pay off. Michael Harrington out front, Chris Mackey into second, and Jeffrey Petty finds himself running fourth. Let's see if it'll stay clean and green or if we get another caution. Michael Harrington, again, has 8 wins on the season, looking for number 9 here at Dover. Is he going to get it? Or can Chris Mackey make something happen? Looks like Mackey's fallen off a bit, and that race lead has been extended to 0.8 of a second. Chad White in the third with Jeffrey Petty fourth. Stephen Blevins rounding out your top 5. Good battle here as David Forge gets around the 43 machine to take over the 7th position. Oh, and he gets a little sideways. Look out, we might get a caution if these guys keep acting all wild here. But we'll keep an eye on your race leader of Michael Harrington. Race lead over a second now, as Jeffrey Petty has gotten around Chad White, and caution is out. Are you serious? Ryan McClurg, it looks like he is involved in Jonathan Dominics. That's bad news for some of these drivers. Let's see what happened. Oh! Well, Jonathan Dominics brings out that caution here. Take a look. Well, here's Dominics into the corner, and then he smokes the 43. I'm not saying that was Dominics' fault at all. That's really nothing he could have done. But, yeah, the 43 loses it, and there you have it. So, wham. So we're going to take a quick break here, folks. Looks like we're going to get a green, white, checkered. Get some overtime here. We'll be right back. We are back here at Dover. Going to get a green, white, checkered. We are in overtime. Now the question is, are we going to make it to the end here, or are we going to need another one? And I'm trying to confirm how many green, white, checkers we get. I don't know, folks. I have no idea. So, hey, we'll find out together. Pace car is in. It's going to be Harrington on the inside. Mackey on the outside here at Dover. Green flag back in the air. Great jump there from Michael Harrington. He's going to hold on to the top spot as Chris Mackey, not with a great restart. Keep an eye on Jeffrey Petty as he's looking to make some moves. Down the backstretch into turns 3 and 4. Are we going to get to the white flag here? Michael Harrington hopes so. Out of turn 4, white flag in the air. Last lap around Dover. Harrington has this race in his grasp. It's basically over as long as he doesn't junk it. Looking through the field here, checking out these other battles, nothing gonna happen. But out of turns 3 and 4 for the final time here at Dover, checkered flag in the air. Rabbit Hole Podcast 150 goes to Michael Harrington. Wow, what a race there from Harrington. Able to rebound, saves the set of tires, and it buys them the win. Well done, Michael Harrington, with his 9th win of the season. Chris Mackey takes home 2nd. Chad White brings home the 3rd spot. But folks, we're going to gather some of these drivers. We'll be right back. Going HMS TV side by side. Don't you go anywhere. Click the like button, subscribe to the channel. We got driver interviews happening next. We are back here watching the 8 machine of Harrington burn it down at the start-finish line, and he just blew it up. That didn't take him long. Well, folks, we got some drivers here ready for some interviews. Let's start things out with tonight's third-place finisher of Chad White. Chad, Blake up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you, Blake.
Hey, you bring home the podium finish. Just weren't on the right strategy there. Unfortunately, some bad luck. But, hey, you led 106 laps, bring home third. How'd it feel?
It felt good whenever I was out front on fresh tires. I tell you, it makes you feel like Superman whenever you're on fresh tires and everybody else is on old tires. You can just fly through the field like I did a couple times tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we saw a lot of passing out there tonight. A lot of guys on varying strategies throughout the back half of that race. Now, I mean, looking back, obviously the right call would have been to save a set of tires, but it seemed like things were kind of cleaned up there in the middle, so definitely was a tough call.
Yeah, that second stop where they saved the set, I wasn't really expecting them to save the set, to be completely honest, just with as amount of tire wear as there is here. And then whenever they all beat me out of pit road and I came out like 10th, I was like, I might be in a bad spot here.
Yeah, well, again, Chad, you brought home the third place finish here on the Rabbit Hole Podcast 150. But before you head out, got any shout-outs for our viewers watching at home?
I just shout out to the Average Joes guys. It's a good group of guys that has fun. Everybody has fun in here on Thursdays. Nobody takes anything really, really seriously, but seriously enough where it's fun time.
Absolutely. Well, hey, Chad, congratulations. Tonight's third place finisher here at Dover, Chad White. Good run there for Chad as he brings home the third place finish. Let's bring in our second place finisher here of Chris Mackey. Chris Blake up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, man.
Hey, a good run from you. You come up a spot short there to Harrington. You were on the right strategy. Saving the set was the right call. Just unfortunately couldn't hold off that 8-car Harrington.
Yeah. Story all season, right? Can't hold off the 8-car.
Yeah, I mean, he brings home his 9th win of the year, and he's out, to the points lead, as you know. But, I mean, nonetheless, another good race from you. You just come up one spot short. I mean, looking back, though, in those last 15 laps, what do you think you could have maybe done a little better to maybe hold them off there?
Nothing. I mean, honestly, nothing. I was not that fast tonight. The fact that I was even in second was because we got superheroes that stay out on tires and wreck out people. So, I mean, just call a fucking spade a spade, that's the only reason I was there to begin with. So just tried to make it hard on him. Me and Mike have raced really clean all season. And, no matter, even if it was the last race and, there was 1 point between us, that's kind of how it's going to stay. We're going to stay clean and race hard. But, I also understood he was the faster car tonight. So just wanted to make it tough. And then once he got position or something like that, like I wasn't going to do anything stupid, just let him have the spot, and just, fill in where I belong here, just a second place car.
Yeah, well, hey, back on the podium, but I mean, I guess to be fair to the field, you only get 3 sets of tires, so you're probably going to see, a lot of instances where people stay out on the old tires, which I get it definitely isn't fun when people are involved in wrecks due to that, though.
Yeah, I get it through certain races, like if you practiced it and you know it, which I guess, it's pot calling kettle black. I did a tire call last season at Phoenix, and guys still give me shit about it. But, I didn't wreck half the field at the beginning, Yeah. It's just annoying because it's every race we have to deal with that. I get it. I mean, guys are here to run their race, but if they would just back it down to 60% or 70% right there instead of going full 100, then they'll keep their position. They'll not wreck people. It's just frustrating. Murphy should have been up there having a good race. David Force was fast as hell tonight. I got wiped out. Isaiah got wiped out. I mean, we got these guys that come in here and bust their ass and are fast and don't get the finishes they deserve because of other people. So, that's kind of the only reason I'm in second in the points anyways. People like Willie and all them, just bad luck from everybody else. So.
Absolutely. But, hey, Chris, you end up on the podium. Before you head out, though, you got any shout-outs real quick for our viewers listening at home?
Yeah, man. Shout out to you for the killer broadcast. You always do an amazing job, you and everybody on your team. Shout out to Jay and Steven for putting on an awesome league. I know I sit up here just past couple minutes moaning, but this league is great and it's fun. They do a good job. And shout out to my teammates, Petty, Brian Matthews tonight, and then all the guys back at Adrenaline, Lockett, McNeil, Brzezowski. Thanks to all them guys for helping me every week.
Absolutely. Well, hey, Chris, congratulations. Second place finish here tonight at Dover.
Yeah, man. Thank you.
Thank you. There's Chris Mackey. Disappointed for another second place finish, but, I mean, he did a great job. I think he hit it right on the head there. He didn't really have a second place car per se. I mean, he was a top 5 car, maybe 5th, 6th, something like that. But, you know, he hit the strategy right, and he gave himself a shot at the end. But he comes up one spot short to our next guy we're going to pull in here, the star of the show, Michael Harrington. Michael Blake up in the booth. Again, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Hey, finally, you get that 9th win. I feel like it's been 3 weeks, and you were due.
Yeah, it was a wild one, that's for sure.
Yeah, well, I mean, you had a little bit of everything happen at this race. We saw you up front. We saw you in the back. You had to get through the field. And at the end, saving that set of tires seemed to be everything.
Yeah, I mean, that was the goal. I mean, I'm more pissed off at myself than anything because I ruined my teammate's race. I got a shout out to Willie Smith because I don't know what the hell happened. I thought I gave him enough room, and the next thing I know, I punt him into the wall, and then I got AMR trying to disqualify me for it. So I don't know what the hell that's all about, but yeah, we'll move on. Obviously, I'm a little pissed off about this one. That was not really. I mean, I should probably be counting my lives after that one because I think we've got watered up in about 2 wrecks. So we'll take it. Shout out to Mackie and Chad. I mean, Mackie was real good. Chad was real good, just off on the strategy for the tires. But yeah, I mean, hopefully it was a good show. But yeah, that's about all I got. We'll go for 10.
Yeah, hey, you're going to shoot for 10. Only a few more races remaining, I believe, though, right?
Yeah, we got 2 left. I think it's Auto Club and Homestead. I got Homestead circled. Auto Club, I don't know. We'll see where the chips fall on that one, but really like Homestead. So we'll see what we can do that one to kind of win the championship there.
Yeah,
It'd be nice to win it and win the race.
Yeah, I mean, I'd say Auto Club's going to be pretty crazy. Probably going to be a draft fest for sure, don't you think?
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
But hey, we'll have to wait and see how this plays out. But I mean, this should certainly help you. I mean, you're not locked into the points championship, but you're pretty close to it.
Yeah, I mean, shout out to Mackie. I mean, he had a hell of a run. Honestly, I thought he was going to get the win there, and I don't know what happened. I kind of just was patient as all hell, and I got underneath him, and then I kind of just tried to drive it in and get away, and then we started pulling away, and then I knew if I got a good launch on the restart, I think we would have been pretty good. So I think it's a good points night for Mackie. I'll probably get on him just a little bit more with this one, and then, you know, if we can just do decent at Auto Club, I think we'll be all right.
Absolutely. Well, hey, Michael, you park it in victory lane for the 9th time of the season. You got any final shout-outs to add on to all that for our viewers listening?
Yeah, for sure. Got to shout you guys out. You guys do a hell of a job for us. It's always entertaining. I got buddies that are watching it, so I appreciate them. Mike and Kyle, appreciate you guys. And I got to thank the wife and the kids. And, you know, shout out, like I said, again, my Trap House teammates. Like I said, feel terrible for Willie. I got to have a talk with him, and that's about it.
Yeah, Willie, I think he's ready to fight.
I think so, too. Yeah, I think he's going to drive up to Wisconsin and beat my ass, so I'll be waiting for him.
Well, hey, Michael, congratulations. Win number 9 on the season. You park it in victory lane here in the rabbitholepodcast.com 150.
Appreciate it, guys.
Absolutely. Michael Harrington gets it done yet again. It's kind of the story of the season here so far. Michael Harrington first, Chris Mackey second. We've seen that happen a lot, but take a look one more time at your Hustle Fuel Victory Lane results page. There it is. So John Sheen is your hard charger, goes up 21 positions. Chad White, most laps led. Fastest lap goes to Michael Harrington. Most incidents, Ryan McClurg with 24. Chad White had the pole. We had 12 cautions on the night, 8 green flag passes for the race lead, and 151 laps as we went to overtime. But, folks, that's going to wrap things up here for us at Dover. And one more admin comment to add. In all fairness to AMR, I kind of hit race control hard on the single car caution. That was actually an iRacing caution. So AMR did not throw that. iRacing threw it. So I will eat my words. I apologize on that one. It just seems a weird one for iRacing to throw, but they did it. But hey, nonetheless, folks, thanks for tuning in. I'm Blake Hutchinson, and in the chat, let's check out Connor Gerard says 77 wins the paint scheme of the night. So Brian Matthews with another paint scheme of the night W. Anyways, thanks again, folks, for tuning in. We'll see you back here next week, same time, same place. We'll be back here tomorrow as well for the HMS TV Cup Series. We'll be off Saturday, back Sunday for Icon Cup Series. And then, folks, you just check out the channel from there on out. So click that subscribe button and the notification bell so you never miss a lap of action. But in the booth, I'm Blake Hutchinson, and I will see you next time.